Remember that viral image from Sky Sports asking which was the better goalkeeper, David De Gea or Loris Karius? Classic. Of course, it seemed a silly question to ask at the time, and De Gea was being widely accepted as the best goalkeeper in the world, hoovering up awards at Manchester United. Meanwhile, Karius was producing decent performances at Liverpool, but was always susceptible to the very mistakes that would disastrously rear their head in Kiev. Two absolute clangers during that fateful Champions League final would effectively end Karius' Liverpool career and see him shipped off to Besiktas on a 2-year loan deal. Given the form of replacement Alisson Becker, it seems unlikely that the German will ever pull on the famous jersey again despite his promising recent form in Turkey. Despite a rather public blip in March, Karius appears to be back on track and was openly applauded by supporters this week for saving a penalty against Kiev.Two. De Gea, on the other hand, is experiencing a real tough time back in England and has accumulated mistakes against Barcelona, Manchester City and Chelsea. As a result, the United goalkeeper has been accruing some rather unfortunate statistics this season, and they look very interesting when compared to Karius. Now, the Premier League is a much tougher competition than the Super League, but the numbers still make for an interesting contrast, and it seems that Karius holds the advantage. Using the data collected by whoscored.com and SofaScore, some of the key comparisons can be seen down below. Don't panic too much, United fans. There are a few areas where De Gea comes out on top, and the Spaniard does boast one more clean sheet than his former Liverpool rival. Technically, he also averages more saves per game, although the difference is minuscule, but has been dribbled past more and completes fewer accurate passes. Now, of course, De Gea is without a doubt the better goalkeeper objectively, but if you were to base the argument on the last couple of weeks alone, then the decision is much tougher. De Gea has still produced some stunning performances this season, lest we forget the Tottenham display, yet there have been more than enough errors to raise alarm bells. And seeing as Karius has sadly become a benchmark for mistake-prone goalkeepers, it's hard not to let the statistics speak for themselves. Make of them what you will. Who do you think is the best goalkeeper in the world? Have your say in the comments section below. Ederson, Hugo Lloris, Thibaut Courtois, Petr Cech and Loris Karius are in a league. David De Gea is officially in a league of his own. Manchester United's number 1 has proved that he is one of the best goalkeepers in world football this season after saving the club on a number of occasions. Eat, sleep, save Manchester United's season, repeat. It's becoming second nature to see such reflexes from the Spaniard, but these stats needs to be recognized. This graph compares his performance to the likes of Courtois and Lloris this season, and it proves that De Gea has been leaps and bounds ahead of the competition. Manchester City goalkeeper Ederson may have conceded 2 less goals than the Spaniard, but he reigns when it comes to goals prevented, clean sheets, saves per goal, penalty area saves and the amount of errors that have led to goals. De Gea produced heroics against Crystal Palace last week and somehow got his hand to a powerful Christian Benteke header. I mean, even he ran off to celebrate his efforts before Manchester United's number 1 produced the save of the season contender. It was special given the circumstances. If Benteke had bagged, Palace would have gone 3-2 ahead and the game would have been out of United's reach. Speaking of reach, here's the save from a number of different angles. United went on to produce a memorable comeback, and in-form striker Romelu Lukaku summed up how every Manchester United fan was feeling in the final minutes. But the main man David De Gea was again the person who was to thank for that important win. How valuable is he to Manchester United?